The rolling plains and Red River Basin of Northwest Texas is where you'll find the multi-generational Bradley III Ranch. Minnie Lou Bradley, her daughter Mary Lou, and son-in-law James work together to run this registered Angus operation.
We've all got our strengths and weaknesses, and I think that if we're wise, we let people who have a strength in one department do what they're good at doing.
We've always tried to think ahead. As seed stock producers, we think that we need to be way ahead of the rest of the industry and what consumers are thinking, what we need to do from a stewardship and environmental standpoint. So we are not afraid to try things, and we've always tried a lot of new things.
We're not in the, pristine country. We have our challenges like most cattle people do. And so we run these cattle just exactly like a commercial cowman would, except we identify them, and then at weaning we do take the bulls in and do a growth test on them and identify all these other things.
Innovation has been a necessity for the Bradleys. Since purchasing the land in 1954, the varied climate and environmental challenges of this Texas landscape have forced the family to think outside the box. The Bradleys were early adopters of ultrasound technology and currently use DNA paternity identification and genetic markers for breeding.
When you come to Bradley III Ranch and you ask them what have they done over the last 3 years and what do they look to do in the next 3 years, they're rarely ever doing the same exact things year in and year out. They're always trying to take a far-sighted approach, look into the future to be prepared.
The Bradley III has worked with TCU's ranch management program for over 50 years, helping to educate young people on what it takes to run a successful cattle operation. One of the biggest challenges the ranch faces today is battling invasive species like red juniper and mesquite to reestablish healthy rangeland.
With prices of ranch, you can't continue to just add and add. And so if we can make more pounds per acre of beef per acre, that's what we're trying to do. And we can, since we're opening up this country and letting the grass grow instead of the brush.
What we found in this pasture is with the rates that we sprayed last year is the forage production has been just tremendously responsive. We've seen a lot of forage growth. They've run cattle in here at probably double what our normal stocking rate would be all winter because of the forage that we produce.
Beyond brush control, cross-fencing and rotational grazing have also been critical tools in the effort to restore and maintain good grass stands. Since 2001, the Bradley's grazing system has allowed them to keep cattle off of native grasses for 100 days each year.
That's when we started making progress, is when we was able to get off of that country during the growing season and give it a little rest and let it go to seed, and then doing the spraying to get rid of the weeds.
This is how we get to eat for another day, is improving or helping, trying to maintain or grow our property as far as the quality out here.
Hunting leases serve as additional income to the ranch. By growing forage in previously eroding areas, the Bradleys have developed nesting places for fowl, quail, and turkey.
We found that if we really manage things, water, grass, forbs, trees, for our livestock, we're also doing that for the wildlife. And then we've added a lot of extra things such as waters for the quail, extra water for all of the wildlife on the ranch, and so they go hand in hand.
A history of strong stewardship, handed down from one generation to the next. The Bradleys believe if they take care of the land will take care of the cattle.
I'd certainly like to keep investing into our country to try to make it better. We've come a long ways, and I think we've only begun. And one thing I was thinking about is you're really only limited by your imagination and your spirit. And so I think we can do so much more.
I wouldn't think you could be a good rancher if you weren't a good steward of the land. You might think you are for a while, but you're kidding yourself.